Mm-hmm. Oh, you're already here? Welcome back to part two of what? Yeah. Um, Zuko gained the infinity power. Part two. In the first part, I went over the whole, the how Zuko's, how he got four, five, five out of six hangs infinity stones by basically percentage because he has power of 0, so he can. So then, and every so where we left off, the Uzuku, who was still a child, he looked adorable. Like he looked like thing. May I show you? So this one, he looks that. Yeah, Zuko was that age or that short. Yeah. So, and no, I'm not making fun of him because I kind of feel bad for him because 0 allows him to gain like percentage, and he also gains nutrients from the attack. So basically, like if you were eating apples or meat, yeah. So Zuko ends up gaining 5 out of 6 powers. So he was so cute that he does that. Like, all the girls, like, was attracted to him. Ochako knows that he's her boyfriend. Like, she wants him to stay the same. So, all the girls that haven't met them in was able to, like, some of them even picked him up. Um, um, like Momo, and just put him in, yeah, hugs him, basically. And he's kind of blushing because he doesn't want to. That makes Ochako even, like, kind of jealous. But in deep down, or the inside of Ochako's body, like deep down, she knows that Zuko is still in love with her. That's why. As basically, all the girls are fighting over him. Like, he's gonna be mine, my turn, my turn, my turn. Yeah. Imagine having, like, all of them fighting over Zuko. Yeah. And then the. So, yeah, Zuko was same size as what Aries is, as he doesn't know why they always meet. As let's say Bakugo was like, man, I can't believe you were. What quirk do you have? As Zuko says, I don't know. As Recover Girl, like he goes up to Recover Girl. As Recover Girl diagnosed him for a quirk. So, because she's a quirk expert herself. And when Jean tells him that he has elemental manipulation, but that doesn't explain why he has the powers of the 5 out of 6. Well, her apprentice, the one that was helping her at the time, was actually, he knew the, because he's into abilities. As Zuko, or as he says, can I take a crack at it? Sure. So, as he does or of course he says, I did this to a lot of people when I was just a doctor like yourself, or like how Recover Girl was. So, as he does the diagnose what his quirk or his ability is, as what he found shocks him. As he says, Zuko, I can't believe it. What you have. What? You have 0. Not powerless, but you actually have the power that no one even expected. Because whoever contains 0 can and gains more control of the infinity. Because yeah. So Zuko, as everyone's like, man, he's more important. So yeah. And Zuko, who was like, okay, how did I get this small? Well, see, Zuko, because when each percentage that you gain, because 0 is a unique one that I always would wish that I had, and I know so much about, is that every percentage you get like infinity power. But at the same time, it makes your body seems to be young. But if you reach 100%, the like max level, well, I don't know what happens next. So he's stuck like that forever. As he starts to tear up, as a Ochako picks him up, as she holds him, as she says, no matter how young or old you are, I still love you. As yeah, that's what she says to him. As sorry about that interruption. They just ignored that part, okay? So the Zuko, oh, of course, all the girls was jealous because but most of them knew that like Mina says to him that he need to hang out more, and all that stuff. And even because how little he is, he looks like Aries, but with like way more. So then, like after school, Bakugo tells or was walking with Zuko, a small kid, or teenage with a small kid. As Bakugo says to him that I'm even, or Zuko, or this is what Bakugo says, Zuko, your power impresses me, even including, because I'm jealous at you. As Zuko says, thanks for her confidence, hence the, without you try to explode me, he, of course, as Bakugo knows that's a compliment, so, or, yeah. So he hangs out with them, and so now they got onto the bus. They go to to USJ, and the 13 thought, why did they bring a kid to? As Mr. Aizawa tells 13 that every dude don't let anyone use their quirk on him. As 13 says, why? Well, we figured out that Zuko has a power of 0, so he gains massive amount of like percentage. So that's why he carries the little book, so that every time he gets hit, and if it reaches like some percentage, they, as Mr. Aizawa says this, Zuko ends up saying this. So Zuko basically tries to, as every student, like let's say class 1B and class A went on the bus, and all the girls are like sitting right next to Zuko, as he's more embarrassed because he wants to sit with Ochako. So then he ends up becoming number 1 as at the USJ. I have pictures of the USJ, but I don't know. But so Zuko, who used his power, because how young or how little he is, he could move like the same speeds as the that pro hero that has a jet quirk, the like jumps forward, bounce around. Yeah, Zuko, but 10 times faster. And plus with him opening portals, homes, and yeah, all the villains are like, or most of the villains, like Gorilla Girl, the let me show you what I'm talking about. That like like her, that's or those girls, like her, the villains are like they have a thing with Zuko. Like after they saw them or after they saw him, they even wanted to like do that stuff. And like her does it, like all of them. And he's more embarrassed, as most of the guys goes over and uses their like whacking techniques as they try to like use their quirks. The Nomu's straight up tries to like punch Zuko, who as he's trying to dodge the attacks, and even some of the students had their hands full, but Zuko used his own reality one to change the Nomu into a snake, or yeah, as most of them really loves it, as Zuko, who sees a guy with a bazooka fingers, as he says, "Say your good nights, kid," as he's about to, and Zuko's like runs, and if he gets hit, he'll unlock the time, but as Mr. Aizawa, got such a whacked, like, he ended up, here, hold on, oh, back, and no, it's not copyrights, it's that song thing, that's actually my ringtone, so it's not, I really like that song, so then we got like basically Zuko was trying to run around him as the human Pikachu, who knows that as he tries to use his, if he shocks them, then Zuko will end up getting as Mr. Ozawa takes Tenya, or no, not Tenya, the Zuko away. He, or Mr. Ozawa knows that he or he tried to stay with his, like, comrades, or stay with a group, but that warp guy, he separated us into different parts. So I got lost. I couldn't find. As Mr. Ozawa tells him that no need to worry, it's just let's just try to get out of here. But wait, Zuko, you can teleport her using your space, remember? Yeah. So, can you get to the UA? Can you teleport you to UA? As because his mind power allows him to bypass any, like, because there was a jammer, so but he bypasses it. As he uses his power, as he closes his eyes, as he gets one message out to Nezu, as Nezu who tells All Might and then the pro heroes, they start showing up, as he was like, as he's rubbing his forehead, and as Mr. Aizawa was like, so yeah, and one of the villains almost tried to punch Zuko or kicked him, but then Mr. Aizawa intercepted him, sending him flying out of the, yeah. And of course, 13 tells the Class 1A and 1B, or actually Nezu tells them that their job is to watch over Zuko to, if he gets any more damaged, or like any more percentage, then he'll probably get the time power. And Zuko, at this point, is super strong. So his body starts to, he's trying to think, where should I go to? Like, as he climbs up the stairs, as he's trying to, but he teleports up two stairs, and Mr. Ozawa says, "Go ahead, Zuko, use your reality." And he changes his eyes to red, and all those, like, villains, aliens, were, like, turned to stone. And, yeah. And plus, his reality thing is hooked up to his imagination. So, he imagined them getting turned to stone. So, yeah. Basically, yeah. basically does, and everyone's surprised that Zuko did that. As he, or as the door is about to slam open, as before it did, Zuko, or actually, Mr. Hawa, or one of the students from class 1B, or A, saved Zuko from getting hit by the doors. Yeah. So, basically, yeah. Zuko ends up, like, all my hate was, like, he knew that the students, as he turns to, and he thought Zuko was, like, disappeared, but then when he looks down, he looks and sees a younger kid that looks like Zuko, and she says, "Thank you for, like, using your mind thing too." As you're welcome. As the villains start to do their things, because most of the villains that weren't affected by his were still kicking and screaming. And then so he teleports everyone out of there. As he made sure that no one fell, so yeah, it's scary thought. It was so scary that even his own sister saw him, like, because so he made a little, like, mattress, or like a trampoline thing to stop if he fell. Yeah, so then he ends up he gains more powers after, like, the Infinity Stones. So he gains way more if he. So everybody. So now so the sports festival. I may go over the intros, things. Everybody's like, okay, why is this little kid here? Why isn't he with his parents and all that stuff? As Midnight says, don't let his looks fool you. He is 15, or he is a teenager. But you guys might see him as a young kid, like a 4-year-old. But Zuko, or this young man right here, has a unique ability that will allow him to get this so-called infinity, or the infinity power, way too quickly. As Everybody was laughing. Like, this kid is like, is that powerful? What power does he have? 0? Correct. He actually has the power of 0. As they all stop laughing, and they all start like, what? They even like, or actually, that was he's in a booth. He's trying to look, but he can't see the as yeah. And Mr. Izawa's like, he knows that why they hire kids for no reason. Yeah. As he can't see him. So, and Ochako tells Zuko that she'll make him proud. So, yeah. So, it happens like canon. But when she was battling against Bakugo, of course, Bakugo knows that she has to prove herself to Zuko because Zuko or Chaco didn't know that if to be proud of. But then, of course, Ochako loses. And instead of like Bakugo gonna use the explosion thing, Zuko or Bakugo is like, and Ochako is tearing up. And she thought he was gonna, or like Bakugo, or not Bakugo, Zuko was gonna dump her. As that's what she thought. As but Zuko knows in his heart, or he knows that she already impressed him. As even Bakugo is like, tells Ochako that if, or he knows that you did your very best, so he is probably proud of you. As Ochako stops crying, or stops tearing up, as if he was, I would if, this is what he says, if Zuko was like in the ring battling against me, he would definitely win. As the audience are like, is he that strong? Some say he is. He probably an endeavor her will. And Zuko gets challenged as Midnight Lady tells them that, oh boy, all right. So Dawn, as he comes out, as he crawls up the stairs, as everyone's laughing, this adult guy versus a child that's about like, he could just whack kicks him or drop kick him all the way to the like top students. Yeah, Zuko ends up becoming, as he kind of feels bad, but as Endeavor's like, ha ha ha, this kid's the powerfulest one. Huh. Well, no matter. I'll cook you alive. As Endeavor used his attacks. And Zuko, whom basically used his own, like, shield thing, as flame went right over him. Yeah, because he had a shield, so he had no damage dealt to him. He even, like, he used the teleport thing as he moves around, and he beats all, or like, an Endeavor in about 2 seconds. Kicks him out of the ring. So, yeah. So, that's what happens when you don't underestimate Zuko. And basically it was just too gosh dang funny. Even a child beating adult is a funniest thing. Because one thing that Zuko always doesn't know. Yeah. So then one of his eyes turned red as the storm cloud formed and struck Endeavor, as Bakugo and all of them, because his power, he couldn't control it easily, because he wanted to be left alone and no damage thing, as he can't and control it. So every part of the city was kaboom, zzz, boom, zzz, boom. Yeah. Zuko was basically a life-size turkey. Yeah. So he, as Ochako and Bakugo, they both ended up went closer and hugged to Zuko and closed his eyes. As he takes a nap. As, yeah, Ochako was holding him like a little toddler. As Midnight knows that all the pro heroes knows that Zuko is so what did he do? Or what did they do? They put him, as, yeah, He almost destroyed the entire town, but because how they treated him, or how Endeavor says, "Oh, I'll drop kick you all the way to, because how short you are and all that stuff." Yeah, don't pick on someone that's powerful than a yeah. As even Zuko, like they softly put him on the. He's kind of sleeping. As everybody's like, okay, this kid's powerful than the number 2 hero. That seems a pretty pathetic thing from the being in the number 2 spot. As everyone is spreading rumors about how Endeavor got beaten by a child. Yeah. Even Endeavor was so embarrassed. Because, yeah. So then, Endeavor, so then, after a sports festival, Endeavor does his thing, tries to, like, Zuko, or actually, All Might tells Gran Torino, that's his, I just now remembered the name, to keep him posted on what is going on with. And when he watched what he saw, yeah, Gran Torino wanted to teach Zumi because Zumi won that. They just wanted to see how strong Zuko is. Yeah. Zuko ends up feeling kind of embarrassed. That as, yeah, he kind of does feel embarrassed. Like, but Inko, or not Inko, the Ochako still, like, she still loves him no matter what. And he even told her that the whole shenanigans of he would never dump her no matter what, and so then, yeah, a whole shenanigans thing. And yes, Zuko ends up, because he kind of felt embarrassed, because every time he walks anywhere, there's always girls looking at him. Like the ones that were at USJ that became like, or they were like got captured. Yeah, those girls, inside their heads, they wanted to sleep with him. You know that one picture that on like Google thing that where all the girls are surrounding or is sleeping with Zuko, like, yeah, with their smiles on their faces. Yeah. Imagine that, but times 10. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Sorry. So basically, yeah. And yeah, the song thing was actually from earlier, like during this what if thing, is actually, I'm not gonna label it, but and I'm not trying to get copyrighted, but this is, or that is just my, like if someone calls. So that's an everyday call, or that's an everyday song. So a ringtone. That's a ringtone, actually. Not a real thing, okay? So, yeah, that's why. Just to let you guys and girls know that that was the phone call home music. Okay? So, Zuku, who got a lot of internship things, but he's just he tries to, like, and he ends up with the student, or not student, not Tinya's that got internship guy. So yeah, Zuko ends up being with him. And then the whole shenanigans, as he looks over, Zuko knows that Tenya will battle against Hero Killer Stain because of his brother Tensei. As Zuko tells the pro hero that he's gonna go find Tenya, because I think he's trying to track down the hero killer Stain. And as the pro hero is like, okay, go ahead. We'll probably handle stuff here. Just make sure, or you tell him that the revenge doesn't need to be served up. As Tenya, or as Zuko found Tenya, as Zuko teleports Tenya and the native away, as Zuko pops out of nowhere, as the hero killer Stain's confused, like, I'm not into fighting children's. As Zuko says, I'm not a child. I'm a pro hero. And you try to hurt my friends because what did they ever do to you? Oh, nothing. I'm just trying to kill off greedy heroes to have real heroes pop out. As Zuko says that, well, thing is that I teleported them to the hospital before we start battling. As Tenya, or as Hero Killer Stain was like, alright, now you really got me fired up. You must be one of those fake heroes. And he stops his sentence as he could sense the power of Zero inside of his body, or inside of Zuko's body. Wait, so you're that kid that beats Endeavor? Here. Let me test it. As he had a blade out, as he's about to, like, he cut Zuko, like, stabs him in the shoulder thing, as he went up to 50%. So, yeah, 25 plus that's 15. So that makes it, or no, actually, 50%. That's two 25s put together. Yeah. So Zuko's body starts to react again. But this time, his eyes was back to, or was more green. As Zuko's wound, the one that like got cut, was healed up. And Zuko's body is flickering between his young form, his teenage form, and his old form, like his adult form. As Zuko beats Hero Killer Stain, and Zuko used his power to destroy, or Zuko puts him in handcuffs and knocks his butt out. As him carrying Tenya, or no, he carried the Hero Killer Stain, like dragged his body all the way to because now he is a toddler. Yeah, a toddler carrying carrying Hero Killer Stain all the way to the police station, or all the way to his pro heroes, as they see him, or they look down and they see a toddler, like a 2-year-old, carrying the Hero Killer Stain. And and Zuko, as they're like, oh, I should have just went with you. Yeah. And so he looked like. So then after the whole internship thing, and he walked. As Ochako looks down, normally sees a child, but Zuko turned into a toddler. Somehow that made him even more adorable. Yeah. So Zuko was, and made Bakugo like, man, they're gonna die down and have your power. That would be insane. And to have, is that like a side effect to your power? And Zuko talks like himself, but way more like toddler talk. Yeah. So then the Bakugo's like, huh, yeah. That would be like a little less hitting stuff. Like getting hit would make you younger. I see. As they do, like, so then they can bark. I'm skipping because it's boring part. As Zuko was, or let's say the Ochako got kidnapped. As Zuko pops out of nowhere, they thought it was like they were laughing at him. But then when Zuko's eyes, or only two people that weren't laughing was Shiraki-sen and Kirigiri, because they've seen his power before. So yeah, but Zuko in his toddler state moves so fast that he hits every villain with enough force. So then All Might versus All for One. And during that camp art thing, I forgot to mention, he reached up to 99%. And yeah, because his time thing, like his time power, doesn't allow him to become any younger, like super younger. Yeah. But Zuko, who was still a toddler, as he uses his mind power to make him float up into the air. As he absorbs the energy from All for One, or his attack, and threw it right back. Yeah. So All for One says, how does it feel to have this? And during that split second, or like the power thing, when it went through, it created 100%, and that was it. As Zuko's body starts to react really badly, as it required him to have all 6 infinity powers and with enough kind heart. You know what he turns into? He turns into not that, but more like a buffed up version of himself with super long hair, and he looks like a bodybuilder. Like, he looks like those people that work from the roads. Owns. Yeah. So basically, now please wait for part 3.